Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Lenny and I'm just going to show you how to do a budget with using OpenOffice Calc. And this is just the way I like to do things. But first I like to make some sheets up. I like to put Alright, this is just the way I like to do things. I like to name my sheets first. So what I do is I rename each sheet. And I like to we'll just start off with January. Whoops. January. And then I like to put an underscore and put 2016. And then name this one February. February 2016. And put March 2016. Okay, and then you just go so on and so forth. I usually do a year, but as being that I'm trying to do this video, I'm just going to do 3 months. But usually I try to put a year. Okay, then the first thing I put in is what I want the date. Second thing is income. And the next is, now I have multiple people in my family that make money, so just for this purpose I'm going to put in Pat and Melissa. Okay. And then I have my bills. I got rent. And I have electric. And I have gas. And that's gas for the house. So I'll put house gas. House gas, because I'm going to put gas for the car too. And then house for the gas. And, oh, of course, can't live without cable. Cable and internet. And then you have gas for the car. Before I put that, I'd like to put my phone. Phone. That's my cell phone. And then that's when I'll put in the cable. Not cable. Put in, what was I going to put there? Now I forget. My mind's blank. Okay, phone and gas for the car. And insurance. Okay, and that's about it for now. You get the gist. Okay, so what we do is, the first thing we do is we highlight the date, and of course you always start on 1/01/2016. Okay, but I want to make this a date, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and I'm going to do format cells. And the way I want the date to appear is I like to have the day and the year Let me see. I like it this way. And we hit OK. Now this came up because it's too small, so what you want to do is you want to open it up just by double clicking there. And then you're just going to take this and you're going to drag it down, and as you see, it's all changing right here. And then you go down to the 30th, the 31st. Oops, don't want to go down too far, so I only want to go to January 31st, being that this is just January. And again, it's too small, so let's open it up. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to center all that. Maybe center this and make it in bold. Let's do that with all this stuff. Center it, make it bold, and also what I like to do is I like to make this a color. Let's see what color. Background color. Let's make it let's go with a light blue, CN2. Okay, looks nice. All right, now you got income, you got Pat's income, Melissa's income. Okay, let's say the first thing I like to do is I like to put in before I go any further, let me go down here, and what I like to do is put totals. And I like to put in, this is salaries. And this would be this will be bills, or you could put expenses. Don't think that's spelled right. Okay, and then now let's say, now what we want to do with income is we want to put in, I like to highlight this a different color too. Actually, before I go any further, I like to take my Saturdays and my Sundays and highlight them in yellow. That's the weekend. I like to show that it's the weekend. It's the fun days, right? It's the days you want to have fun. Whoops. No. Cancel. Days you want to have fun. So I like to highlight everything here in yellow. All the Saturdays and Sundays. It kind of breaks up everything and lets you see things, you know, the right way. I think I got too many different shades of yellow. I don't want that. Now we want the same shade of yellow. So we're going to go with this one, right? I think that's the one here. Actually, this one's darker than this one. Or is that the same? I like to use the same shades if I can. And then the last weekend is Saturday and Sunday. Look at that. A lot of weekends in January. That's a good thing, right? Weekends are always good. Okay, now that's all set. Now what I also like to do is I like to put a border on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a row, insert a column. Okay, but I'm going to make it smaller. All right, and I'm also going to insert a row. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to take this to this, and I like to make it black. It really shows it off. Black. And then the same thing from here down. Make it black. And then all this. Actually, let's do that. Let's make it a little wider. Why not? Take 3 rows. 3 rows. And we're going to make that black. And then we're going to take this and, whoops, no, we don't want to do that. And we're going to make all this black. And we're going to make that black. Okay, now we got a nice little border, but since we got the bottom 3, let's go with another 3. Insert a row. Insert a row. Let's go 3 rows on top too. Now you got a nice border around your thing. Now what I like to do is now we just copy all this. Now let's go into February and basically paste it into February. Whoops. Sorry. Not good. Gotta go back into January. Uh-oh. What happened to January? Oh, I made January and March. Silly me. Okay. So we'll just take this out. Copy it. Put it in January where it belongs. Paste. And we got it. Boom, boom. And then February. Paste it. But this time we're going to put February. Whoops. I'm going to put 2, 1, 16. No matter what, it'll work. And then we're going to just take this and we're going to scroll down. Oh, obviously, you're going to have to change the you're only going to go to February 29th. That's when it ends. So you're just going to take this one. So you're going to take all this. And you're just going to delete it out. Okay. And you're also going to take out the color. So you're going to make this no fill. Okay. And now obviously I take all this, highlight it all. Again, let's do no fill. Got to change Saturdays and Sundays. And then we back to Saturday. Yellow. Sunday. I like that yellow better than the other one. I'm going to have to change the other one. But that's no big deal. Oops, Saturday, Sunday. Make that yellow. I like the darker yellow. And then you put the yellow And of course, you can use whatever colors you want. I just like yellow. It just stands out more. And then this Saturday and Sunday. And I make that yellow. Okay. Then we go to March. Now we already got March in there because I messed up. But we're going to change this to 3/1/16. Enter. And then March 1st will come in. And then we're going to take it all the way down to March 31st. Boom. And the same thing again. I'm going to go like this. We're going to highlight everything. And we're going to put everything back to no fill. And then we're going to do Saturday and Sunday all over again. And we're going to select yellow again. Yellow, Saturday and Sunday. Yellow, Saturday and Sunday. Yellow. Saturday and Sunday. Highlight it yellow. Okay, now the magic starts. Okay, now we're going to go back to January. Okay, now the magic starts. Okay. Okay. First, I want to change this. I don't want that. I want. Hold on. I just got to go review some of my old work just to see what I have, how I have it set up. Just want to curious about something. This is my own personal thing. Just trying to figure out how I set it up. Okay, salary. Yep. Okay, that's right. Okay. All right. Then that's great. It works. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, okay, let's say Pat gets paid on Fridays. That's her payday. Her payday is generally $625 a week. Okay, so we're going to right away, we're going to change that to money. I like to take this and bold it. And I like to change it to a dark green. Oh, not that, sorry. Not the background. I want actually the font to turn green. Okay. Yeah, it's not really that much difference, so we'll make it red. Now let's say Melissa gets paid on Wednesdays, and she gets paid $500. First of all, I like to do this across the board. So this way it's all done and ready to go. Font color red and bold and money. Okay, now it's all ready. Now you can just put it in. Right, so let's say she makes $525 a week. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, let's add this. All right, first we're going to put in, so every Friday she gets paid $625. $625. $625. Okay. And she gets paid every Wednesday and she gets $525. Now, the rent is due on the 1st. Okay, and let's say that rent is, let's say their rent is $500. Okay, their rent is 500. Your electric is due on the 14th, and that usually runs about 130. And your house and your gas is only about $50, and it's due on the 4th. And your cable bill is due on the 25th, and that's usually $165. And your phone is about $100, and it's due on the 12th. Then your gas for your car. You need gas for your car every week. So every Friday you fill it up and you put in $25 every Friday. And on Wednesday you put on $25 too on her payday. So this way you're getting $25 every. So you got $25. $25 there and $25 there. Okay, that's when you put in gas. Okay, now what you do is now you got to do sum. You add this plus this equals. You do this this. Oh, before we do that, let's do this. Your salaries, totals. Salaries is sum. Do all this. This is all your salaries. Wait a minute. Salary, sum. Now, that's your salaries. And then your expenses. Your expenses, you take all your expenses and you like this. But before you do that, you gotta hit sum. Darn it. Expenses. We should put expenses over here. Delete that. So it's a little broken up. Okay, and then now you do this, and you do sum, and that's going to be your rent all the way down to your insurance. Oh, I forgot to add insurance. Okay, so let's say your insurance is $90 and it's due then. I don't know where that came from, but we're going to get rid of it. Get rid of that. Okay, so the salaries are $1,260, and you're it's only so. Now what we do is we do this, and I do this. I do this, and I do some. I do this over because I didn't do it the right way, and then I do plus. Oops. I do D5 plus D5, D5, and then I start minusing. Minus that, minus that. Even though it's not there, I still put it, just in case I pay it on that day. Oops. Okay, hold on, I must have made a mistake here. D5 plus, oh, D5, no, plus E5. E5, and even though she still isn't, okay. So, this goes, and then I just continue down the line, minus G5 minus I5 minus J5 minus K5 minus your insurance. Okay, hit enter. Now that leaves you with $100. $100. Now you're going to continue this all the way down. Just drag this down. And this is going to tell you what you're going to have at the end of the month. Oops, something went wrong. Something went wrong. You're going to run into problems with a life like that, right? Nothing should be there, so... Oh. And you got to put... in front of this, you got to put in... C5. C5 plus D6 and hit enter. Now it's $100. Okay. Now obviously, you're going to have problems in the beginning. Obviously, they're going to have problems in the beginning. Alright, and then, of course, when you do that, in order to, you have to change them all back if you want. I know I'd like to. You're going to have to and put them all back to yellow. Okay, obviously that was the brighter yellow that I was telling you about before. Okay, now you got, obviously they're going to have problems. They're going to have, no, this works out, good. Alright, so in the beginning of the month they only have $100 left after that, but then this will show you what you got, what you're going to have the rest of the by the end of the month. By the end of the month, you're looking at $3,965. And that's basically what you have extra every week. You're like, okay, I have $50 extra. And then you say, okay, well, I can spend $50 today. And you have that extra. Yeah, you got $550 you could spend. Yeah, you got 1,150, but don't forget, you just gotta. And then that's how you do the budget. You just look down and boom. It's pretty good, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same stats, and I'm going to put all these bills into the next loan, into the next month. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, and we're going to go to the next month, and we're going to put in the bills again. Okay, and paste it. Content of the clipboard is bigger than the range selected. Alright, so you say yes. But that's alright, because this is coming off anyway. And you're going to take out the yellow there. We're going to go with no fill. Alright, now it's back to normal. Now obviously everything changes. So go like this. We just highlight all this. And we're going to take out, we're going to put no fill. No fill. And then we're going to go back to here and we're going to put in the remaining fill. Oh, don't want to move that. This is going to be yellow. I'm going to highlight yellow, 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 and yellow. And then, now back to Fridays. She's getting paid on Fridays. What did we say? She got paid on Fridays. She got paid $625. So she gets $625. Oh. We just kept everything standard red. That's cool. That's good. That's cool. That's cool. Whoops. Don't want that. Hold on. Definitely not. Definitely not. Red. Okay. Just kept everything. Oh, again. What a pain in the neck this is. I hate this. Oh. I'm going to hit edit. Undo the move. I don't want that. Or you could just hold shift, control, and just do this. It's a little bit faster. And then there you go. Yeah. Okay, let's not do that again. Alright, $625. And she gets paid on Wednesdays. And that was, how much did she get paid? $525. And she got paid $525. $525 and $525. $525. This is $625. $625. And that's it. And that's the paychecks. Now again, salaries, sums, enter. That's the sums for that month. And the bills. And again, the bills. Expenses, sum. Enter. And that's expenses. Okay. These are all cheap for expenses, but anyway, we're just going. All right, now the only difference is here. We're gonna go back to. We're gonna do sum again. Okay, but the only thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the previous page, and we're gonna click on this. I'm going to fill that in, and it says January _ 2016 C35. That's where it is. And you're going to go back to February again. And now you're going to again add plus D35 D35 plus E35 D, and then you're going to minus F35 minus G35. Oh, wait, I'm messing up here. It's not 35, sorry. C, C5. 5 plus D5 minus E5 minus F5. Wait a minute. C5. Nope. Ah, just bear with me here. You're going to add better start all over again because I forgot what the heck I did. Alright, so let's try this again. Go to January. Take this. Then go to February. Now we're going to add D5 plus E5 minus F5 G5 minus G5 H5 minus I5 minus J5 minus K5 and minus L5. And you can hit enter. And then the same thing you're going to do here. except you're going to take out everything here. You're going to copy this, paste it here. The only thing you're going to do is you're going to take out January. You're going to take out January. You're just going to go from the D6, and that's it. Then you're going to hit enter. Oh, wait, sorry. And instead of D6, instead of January, you're going to add this plus. Okay. So there was no expenses, so there you go. And then you just drag the rest. Oh, I hate dragging the rest. Okay. Well, sometimes it's better to just do it. So you're going to drag it all down. And you're going to do this again. And then you're going to highlight all these. All into yellows. And that's it. And then you're going to do this yellow again. And of course, you're going to change these to the dates that they do. The 1st. This is due on the 5th, right? This was due on, and you'd move them around if you had to. If you had to, you move them around. Like you said, $25 on Friday, so 25. But you're going to delete that one. Then you're going to delete that one. Delete that one. Not going to need gas that day because you're going to get gas this day. 25. And you're going to get gas this day. 25. Not going to get gas this day. And hopefully you don't have to buy gas this much, but, you know, I'm just using it as a reference, but, you know, hopefully you don't have to buy gas this much. You never know. $25. And of course, you adjust it as you need it. If you don't take $25, put down 10. And just go by what you use. If you don't buy it on Wednesdays and you buy it on Sunday or Monday instead, put it on Sunday or Monday. If you don't use it all, you know, if you only put $10 in one day, change it to 10 and that just makes that go up. So who cares? That's good. That's a good thing. And that's about it. And that is just about all I like to do. And then this carries over to the next month. And so on and so forth. And you could do the same thing with March. Do the same thing with March, and that's basically it. And you could do January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's what I like to do. I like to do the full year, and that's it. And that concludes my video. And thank you for watching. And please like and subscribe, and also make comments. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye now.